Illinois Congressman LaHood tours All World Machinery in Roscoe Wednesday to see firsthand how he says the One Big Beautiful Bill is helping local business. The congressman toured the business's factory floor, viewing different machines the company uses to make their products. Following the tour, LaHood and leaders with the business sat down to discuss the provisions in the recent tax bill that was passed in Congress. LaHood argues the One Big Beautiful Bill Act is forward-thinking and is vital to America's prosperity.
The bottom line is you're only going to grow the economy with the private sector flourishing. I saw that firsthand here today. And we're not going to grow the economy with more government spending. So creating that tax certainty is what we did in the One Big Beautiful Bill. And now we got to implement it over the next year here.